to impress upon you and those who are responsible now for the education of our young that we must direct all our energies in this direction. You've no idea. You have no idea what is waiting for you.
58 years on, most Pakistani children still have no idea. This country has the lowest primary enrollment rate in all of South Asia. What is the government doing about education? Can the march to ignorance be halted, or will the Qaid's dream of an educated nation elude us forever? School's in session in Shah Beg Jamali village. The teacher's a little young. In fact, she's one of the students. It's all part of what's known as multi-grade teaching.
यहाँ में 6 क्लास हैं, 4 क्लास को यहाँ एक क्लास में पढ़ाती हूँ और जो दूसरे बच्चे होते हैं उनको दूसरी लड़कियाँ पढ़ाती हैं. जब मैं 6 क्लास को पढ़ाती हूँ तो 5 क्लास वाली लड़की एक जाके छोटी क्लासों को पढ़ाती हैं.
Not the ideal way to learn, but such quick fixes are far from rare. Pakistan spends only 2.6% of its GDP on education, a fact clearly reflected in the state of its government schools.
हम तो जानवरों की तरह रह रहे 4 घंटे यहाँ पे. ये क्लासरूम के सामने के साइड है, जगह जगह आप देख रही हैं कलर स्पीक. अगर बैक साइड हमारी क्लासों के आप देखें गंदगी के ढेर लगे हुए.
No watchman is appointed here, so nocturnal visitors wander in and do as they please.
आफ्टर स्कूल यानी शाम इवनिंग के बाद यहाँ जो है क्राइम किस्म के लोग अंदर आते हैं. वो आके यहाँ मंशियात इस्तेमाल करते हैं, इसलाह ले आते हैं. वो हमारी इलेक्ट्रिक तार से लेकर पंखे तक बटन तक सब चोरी करके ले जाते हैं. तो ये जो पहली क्लास हमारी बिठी हुई है उसकी बुनियादी वजह यह है कि यहाँ जो है हम पहली क्लास नहीं लगा सकते क्योंकि उनका सामान भी पड़ा रहता है. और हमने ये हिम्मत की उठा के ये सामान कहीं बाहर रख दिया तो फिर तो मेरा आना इस बाउंड्री में बंद हो जाएगा.
Another government school, again, more a place for penance rather than learning. Lack of space means 2, sometimes even 3 classes sit in one room. That's the playground. The only sport here is trying to reach the toilets without getting your feet wet. A few miles away, at an expensive private school, getting wet is actually fun. Is it any wonder the state of government schools is so appalling when those in power can afford to send their children to schools like these?
सरकारी स्कूलों में हमेशा गरीब बच्चे जो है पढ़ने के लिए आते हैं और जिनके पास थोड़ा बहुत जो है पैसे ऐसे वालिदैन हैं वो ज़्यादा सरकारी स्कूलों के बजाय अपने बच्चे को अच्छे से अच्छे प्राइवेट स्कूल की तरफ जो है भेज देने की कोशिश करते हैं.
I've always said that if government servants, from the peon right up to the governor maybe, if they sent their kids to government schools, things would change dramatically.
Students across the country get free textbooks and tuition, but little else. 79% of government schools have no electricity. 60% no water. 55% no boundary wall. And 16% don't even have a building. But these figures seem to hold little importance for those responsible for educating the nation's children.
The kind of officers who are deputed to the field of education, to the textbook boards, are really not the best of officials, neither in terms of their competence nor in terms of their integrity.
One Sindh education minister in recent times hadn't even made it to college. But surely, children in government officials' own hometowns are better off?
I'm in the ancestral village of Hamida Khodo, the Provincial Minister for Education. And this is the model school for girls here. There's an overpowering stench in the place, which isn't surprising because it's been used as a public toilet ever since it was built several years ago. There are cobwebs all over the ceiling, and there's filth on the floor. And at 3 million rupees, this must be the most expensive lavatory ever built in Pakistan. And this was supposed to be the lab. The doors have been taken away, the blackboards are gone, and even the wiring is missing. There's nothing to show that it was ever going to be a classroom or a laboratory.
Just across the road is the girls' primary school. It's somewhat more crowded. 150 girls, all in class 1, are crammed into the veranda. Maintaining order is difficult, let alone teaching.
शायद सिर्फ 2 क्लासरूम आहिनि, 3 टीचर्स आहियूं ऐं 2 क्लास असां गॾु पढ़ाईंदा आहियूं, है न। बिल्डिंग तमामु नंढी आहे, 2 क्लास जे चौथे पंजे जो गॾु 3वें जो गॾु जेको पहिरीं जो क्लास आहे त बिल्डिंग ई असां वटि कोन्हे, ॿार असां वटि उस में था पढ़नि।
One of the 3 teachers was absent, but for her students, it was just another regular day.
मैडम आती हैं क्या? कभी भी नहीं आती हैं। कौन पढ़ाता है फिर?
Not surprisingly, this arrangement hasn't worked too well.
आप लोग किसी को भी नहीं आती अंग्रेजी? कोई भी नहीं पढ़ाता है जरा? आपके पास सब कुछ किताबें हैं?
But as far as the top district education officer is concerned, all is well.
लाड़काना डिस्ट्रिक्ट में अब जो एजुकेशन की हालत है वो खुदा के फजल से अच्छी जा रही है। जब से हमारी मैडम मिनिस्टर एजुकेशन ने मिनिस्ट्री संभाली है।
The far-sighted EDO has big plans for Arkhal's girl students and the abandoned school building.
कोई वहाँ पे एक टेक्निकल गर्ल्स का इदारा जो है वो ओपन कर रहे हैं, तो ये टेक्निकल सेक्टर में इसी स्ट्रीम में जब वो लग जाएंगे तो नो डाउट उनको एक रोज़गार भी फराहम हो जाएगा और उसके बाद ये भी जो है वो हमारी बिल्डिंग यूटिलाइज हो गई।
We caught up with these future career women outside their school, the only secondary school for girls in Arkhal. It was 11 a.m. but they were already going home because not one of their teachers had turned up.
कौन से सबक पढ़ती हो आप इधर?
इधर पढ़ती हूँ भाई, टीचर नहीं आती, हम क्या पढ़ें? टीचर नहीं आती।
आपको शौक है पढ़ने का?
जी हाँ, यहाँ आते हैं जो माँ बाप डांटते हैं तो क्यों जाते हैं, इसको टीचर नहीं आती तो क्यों जाते हैं?
कुछ साइंस का कोई लैब है इधर?
नहीं,
कुछ भी नहीं है। कंप्यूटर है?
नहीं।
हमीदा खोड़ा साहब आती हैं?
जी।
तो आप लोगों ने बताया?
हाँ,
हमें टीचर कहते हैं कि इसको मत बताओ।
कौन कहते नहीं बताओ?
मैडम
डांटती है, क्यों बताती हूँ?
क्यों बताती हो? टीचर डांटती है, क्लास में स्कूल में ही निकलो।
But it's too simplistic to place the blame on the top officials alone.
I recruited these girls myself in the last time I was minister, and they promised they'd go to teach. They said, no, we'll take a bus, we'll go, you just give us the job. I'm trying to get local girls so that they'll at least come to school.
Thousands of schools across Pakistan have closed down because of so-called ghost teachers. By some estimates, over 30% of teachers in the country never turn up for classes.
If a school teacher who's got political backing, whether she attends the school or not, she wants to have her name there on the school register so that she gets her salary and doesn't without having to do any work.
Then, there are other ways to enjoy a light workload. This school in Karachi doesn't have a single student, but there are several teachers appointed here, getting paid for doing nothing.
बच्चे किधर हैं?
बच्चे थे, अभी वो चले गए क्योंकि फर्नीचर नहीं है और बैठने की जगह नहीं, क्या करें?
तो फर्नीचर कभी था ही नहीं इधर?
नहीं, ये यहाँ दिया।
Sometimes it seems even a free salary isn't enough. That's what happened at the recently constructed girls' secondary school in Ghokaro village.
The firing thing that my school to light is the trapper button पे बिठा स्कूल जा दरवाजा चोर उससे जबरे जो मां जो गाड़ी में वनी चढ़ से लड़का ने वनो दिसान सरकारी ट्रपड़ है स्कूल या पे पो मां थाने ते तला के सूबेदार के तो ट्रपड़ सरकारी खणी था जन पटियो कैलेंडर आए ड्राइवर के पकड़या उन्होंने उनके बुधाया तो मास्टर ने खणा.
When Nisar Brohi was an anti-corruption officer, he found that many teachers had got away with a lot more than doors and windows.
एक टीचर 4 दफ़ा भी रिटायर कर चुके हैं. वो अपना सर्विस बुक पहले दिखा के वो रिटायर हो गया, फिर 1 महीने के बाद फिर दूसरा जाली सर्विस बुक दिखाया, फिर वहाँ से पेमेंट उन्होंने ली. तो इस तरह वो सर्विस बुक जाली बना के और पेमेंट लेते थे.
Most non-functional school buildings are simply crumbling to dust. Some have been adopted by local philanthropists and given a new lease of life.
I had it opened 3 years ago. There was nothing but goats and cows and pigeons. Really? And kittens living, rats. All this furniture, everything is through donations. Everything, private citizens' donations. It is nothing to do with the government. Everything we have to do, we are doctors. Government won't do anything, anytime, not one paisa is spent by the government.
In rural areas, non-functional schools are often used as barns. Some, such as this girls' school, have been taken over as living quarters by locals.
आप इधर रहते हो? आप इधर रहते हो? हाँ। तो यहाँ पे आपको पता है ये स्कूल है? हाँ। स्कूल की बिल्डिंग में कैसे रह रहे हो आप?
कहने नहीं था ये जा।
शौकत साहब कैसे, उन्होंने कैसे कह दिया कि रह जाओ? शौकत साहब को किस तरह जानते हो? आपके वालिद कैसे जानते हैं उनको?
The family and their buffaloes have made themselves quite at home.
तो कितने लोग रहते हैं इधर?
6 भाई हैं,
हाँ।
1 बहन।
अच्छा। तालीम के इदारे से कोई भी नहीं आया कहने के भाई आपने ये स्कूल क्यों लिया है? कोई नहीं कुछ कहता?
कोई नहीं।
Back in Larkana, the cop who'd allegedly allowed this to happen refused to own up.
आपने क्यों उनको
नहीं, हमने तो नहीं कहा। वो स्कूल तो काफ़ी हद तक बंद है क्योंकि वो लेडीज़ वहाँ पढ़ाने आती नहीं है बाहर की।
But he didn't see doing anything about it as his responsibility.
हम कैसे निकलवाएंगे? हम कोई गांव के बड़े हैं।
आप लोग पुलिस में हैं, आप लोग नहीं करेंगे तो और कौन करेगा?
वो खुद उसका डायरेक्टर साहब का काम है उसको निकलवाए।
Given this general apathy, which place, we wondered, has the worst education figures? Jhal Maksi. This vast area is the property of the Maksi tribe. It's a land of fertile and barren extremes where life harks back to medieval times. Education here is close to being non-existent. The rate of primary enrollment is 4%, the lowest in all of Pakistan. These girls told us their school was closed several months ago after the only teacher moved away. One village after another, it's the same story. In Jhalmaksi town, home base of the ruling family, the girls' primary school has no electricity, so the children are forced to sit outside in the heat. They have no toilets and no drinking water. A stone's throw away, the 16-acre estate of the Maksi family. We went to meet Khalid Maksi, who's just been re-elected as Nazim, the top post in the local government. We asked him why so many children in his district are out of school.
Generally, I think Balochistan is backward because of vastness, less interest through the time. Infrastructure is not there, roads, we lack roads, electricity, now we are trying to put, there's no drinking water.
He's well versed in the problems, but a little vague on the solutions.
So what steps do you think you can take?
I think what we feel now that it has to be really taken very seriously now. Some very serious steps, One has to be really harsh with them now.
What kind of measures do you think should be taken and
very
you will
tough,
take?
Very tough.
Like what, for example?
Harsh, I have to be very harsh with them. Very harsh. We have to take really hard steps and very firm and very, very seriously. As soon as I'm through with this process of, oath taking and all that, then, because after I'm through with that oath thing, then I'll have the authority officially also to have a meeting with them and get things fixed.
Weren't you the Nazim earlier?
I was.
For how many years?
That was 4 years, I believe.
Perhaps he could take a leaf out of his grandfather's book. In 1931, Yusuf Maksi founded the first school in the area and set aside 10% of his revenue for education. We decided to visit another member of the family, Azam Maksi, when we heard that he was closely involved in education. He's the principal of the boys' primary school in Panjuk village, but he's not exactly what you'd call a hands-on boss.
तो आप पढ़ाते भी हैं वहाँ?
पढ़ाता हूँ, लेकिन ईमानदारी से नहीं पढ़ाता हूँ। ईमानदारी बात यही नहीं पढ़ाता।
The school itself defies logic. For 50 students, there are 9 teachers, which leaves some with little more to do than cheerleading from the sidelines. The students sit outside because the building's dangerously unstable. Classes last only as long as the shade does. As for the girls' school, Azam Maksi said it had been closed for some time.
लड़कियों के स्कूल में आजकल क्यों लड़कियां नहीं हैं?
सही ईमानदारी बात बताएं।
बताएं प्लीज। हाँ बताएं।
ईमानदारी यही है कि टीचर जो है ना हमारे वो मौजूद नहीं।
And so the cycle of ignorance goes on. In a poor country, education is often seen as an unaffordable luxury, and girls' education even more so.
ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਈਏ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਵੀ ਆਪ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਖਾਤਾ ਪੂਰਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਮਜਬੂਰੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਗਰੀਬਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਪੱਠਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਲੱਗਣ ਦੇ ਕੀ ਕੰਮ ਹੈ ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜਵਾਬਾ ਕੰਮ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਕਰਨਾ ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ.
A smaller percentage of girls in Pakistan have access to school than in most sub-Saharan countries. But this may be changing. Getting more girls into school is the new mantra, and donor-funded programs are in full swing across the country. This school's part of an Oil for Education project. Regular attendance by students and teachers is rewarded with 4 litres of vegetable oil each. Teachers say enrollment has more than doubled. But the poor conditions in the schools mean that high attendance only lasts for the duration of the project.
We can't rely entirely on donors. I mean, they are here today, gone tomorrow. So we have to really get our own government to recognize the need for money for education and to increase the budget.
At this school, when a project to feed the students wrapped up, attendance dropped by almost 50%.
कितने बच्चे आते थे जब? अच्छा अब 33 हो गए।
कम हो गए तो खाना बंद है।
अच्छा।
Even during the project, its shortcomings were obvious.
तवाना पाकिस्तान प्रोग्राम के हवाले से अगर उनकी कुछ फायदे थे तो थोड़ा बहुत उनका नुकसान भी हमें मिल रहा था। वो ये कि एक स्कूलों से एक किचन बना हुआ होता था, सारे बच्चे उसी किचन में मसरूफ रहते थे।
At several schools, girls are paid monthly stipends for regular attendance.
फ़ायदा एक तो हमारी तादाद काफ़ी होगी इसकी वजह से, दूसरे बच्चे रेगुलर हो गए, ये हाज़िरी 90% तकरीबन बाब ये सब की। खराबी ये है कि बच्चे पढ़ाई की तरफ ज़्यादा ध्यान नहीं देते, उनको पता पैसे तो हमें मिल ही जाने, वो हमें सिर्फ हाज़िरी बच्चे अपनी पूरी रखते हैं, तो पढ़ाई की तरफ इतना ध्यान नहीं देते।
And then there's the question of monitoring. This school also has an Oil for Education program. Attendance is at an all-time high. So is chaos. All 5 classes are in one room because there's just one teacher appointed to the school. Classes are almost over for the day, but the teacher hasn't yet taken attendance. She says 113 girls attended yesterday, as they had throughout last month. A head count shows about 80 girls. Next morning, she's forgotten the attendance register at home. This time there are 83 girls in class. But 113 seems to be the number decided upon. Sure enough, the district office records the number of girls who received oil at that school last month as being 113. And getting children into school may not solve all the problems. A visit to some schools paints a very disturbing picture.
अच्छा, एशिया का कॉन्टिनेंट कौन से रंग में है? जिसको मालूम है हाथ उठाए। नहीं, किसी को भी नहीं मालूम है। ये क्या चीज़ की तस्वीर है? नहीं मालूम है, किसी को भी नहीं मालूम है। अच्छा, आप मुझे बताओ, ये क्या चीज़ की तस्वीर है? पता है? हाँ, पहाड़ में क्या हो रहा है?
But worse was yet to come.
लिखो मैं पाकिस्तानी हूँ। कैसे नहीं आता? उर्दू नहीं लिख सकते आप? आपने कौन सी क्लास में तक पढ़ाई की है? 5वीं तक सही तरीके से नहीं सिखाया। ये आपने लिखा है मैं पाकिस्तान है। अच्छा चौक दिखाओ, ये क्या है मुझे बताओ। ये लफ्ज क्या है? CAT है ये, CAT क्या होता है? CAT
Another school, same story.
हम तो स्कूल की फिल्म बना रहे थे। हम देखना चाहते हैं कि बच्चों की किस तरह म्यार क्या है पढ़ाई का ना।
This teacher makes his area of expertise clear at the outset.
जितने भी मज़मून हैं, मज़ामीन हैं, हमने बांटे हुए। मेरे हिस्से में हिसाब, इस्लामियात
और उर्दू है। अच्छा उर्दू में कुछ कहते हैं, इनसे कुछ लिख लें। आ जाओ। अच्छा आपका नाम क्या है? अच्छा आप ये लिख सकते हो मैं पाकिस्तानी हूँ। तो इनको तो लिखना भी सही नहीं आता है। तो इसका मतलब है कि आप सही नहीं सिखा रहे थे।
नहीं लेना चाह रहा हूँ इसको उर्दू का आज के साथ। अभी मैंने इसको नहीं पढ़ा।
मगर आप अभी कह रहे थे ना आप हिसाब, इस्लामियात और उर्दू पढ़ाते हैं।
इस्लामियात नहीं, इस्लामियात तो मैंने आपसे कहा कि इस्लामियात उर्दू पढ़ाती है, उर्दू पढ़ाती है। मेरे स्कूल से कौन-कौन से सब्जेक्ट है? हिसाब और माशरती इल्म।
What's that again?
मेरे हिस्से में हिसाब, इस्लामियात और उर्दू।
It makes one wonder, do these children number among the country's literate 43%? According to a UNICEF study of Pakistani government students, only 7% of those who complete primary education can be defined as literate.
The teaching is old-fashioned, by rote, textbooks are obsolete, all those things are there.
The problems in government schools drive some students into the embrace of madrasas, where they receive free board, lodging and tuition. This madrasa has 300 students and counting. It's one of at least a dozen in the southern Punjab village.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह गवर्नमेंट के इदारों से यहाँ पे सहूलियात बहुत ज़्यादा हैं। माशाल्लाह आप देख लें यहाँ पे संगमरमर लगा हुआ है और क्लासरूमों में कालीन बिछे हुए हैं, पंखे और ट्यूबलाइट और पूरा इंतज़ाम है। आप गवर्नमेंट के स्कूलों में जाएँ वहाँ पे ना आपको बैठने के लिए चटाइयाँ भी नहीं मिलती।
Madrasas are often blamed for the spread of intolerance, but only 1% of primary age children are full-time madrasa students. 73% go to government schools, where they are taught from a syllabus set by the Ministry of Education. The rest go to private schools of varying quality. Most of these follow the same government curriculum. Although some changes to this have recently been made, a lot remains to be done. A look at the books shows that promoting a narrow worldview isn't the exclusive domain of madrasas. History is presented only from the Muslim point of view. Ideology intrudes into most subjects. Even the biology textbook isn't spared.
If you look at our curriculum, it's largely ideological exhortations. It's indoctrination. It's not learning that is being promoted. Then the question arises as to whether increasing the enrollment rate is meaningful in any way.
Although religious values are repeated ad nauseum in class, some obviously forget their lessons. Many officials have no qualms about stealing funds meant for education. A complete absence of punitive action keeps the wheels of corruption well oiled. In a recent example, 370 Sindh education personnel were fired or suspended after various scams totaling 5.5 billion rupees were uncovered. But they've all been reinstated since then, and not 1 rupee has been recovered.
How do you think I feel that people who had illegally appointed a number of other people and taken money for it, I had charge sheeted them and terminated their services, and I find that they have all come back. So what do you do?
The extent of corruption can be gauged by the fact that Karachi schools alone get 45 million rupees for lab expenses, but 80% of them have non-functional labs. They also get 90 million for furniture, but God knows where that goes. Even when money finally trickles down to the schools, it often ends up in the pockets of school staff.
आप मुझे ये बताएं, 1 लाख रुपया खर्चा हुआ, अभी तक स्कूल का नाम बाहर लिखा हुआ है। रंग वाले ने 13,000 का बताया कि जी पूरा कलर आपको 13 में करके देंगे। 13 वाले को छोड़ के जी बोला ये 24,000। खिड़कियाँ हैं, आप उसमें देखे प्लाई बोर्ड लगे हुए हैं। 6 खिड़कियाँ 10,000 का कोई, मैं समझता हूँ जाए में जाए भी इस चीज़ को।
The trail of corruption stretches all the way from the teacher who doesn't show up, to the clerk who's paid to mark him present, to the higher officials who have their fingers in every pie.
EDO लेवल पर तो मैंने इनको पकड़ा है। EDO एजुकेशन को काफ़ी फंड मिलते हैं, करोड़ों रुपए की तादाद में। अगर एक कुर्सी वो खरीदते हैं 200 की है तो उसको 800 दिखाते हैं। अगर एक टेबल मेज़ जो है 600 की है तो उसको 1400 कर देते हैं। और काफ़ी बच्चों के लिए इनको मिल्क मिलता था और इनको किताबें मिलती थी और अपना ड्रेसेस मिलती थी, लेकिन किसी को उन्होंने नहीं दी।
Self-serving politicians also make a mockery of any attempt at proper administration.
हर पॉलिटिशियंस का अपना अपना इंटरेस्ट होता है, चाहते हैं कि हमारे कहने से कोई काम हो, उनके कहने पर, उनके इशारे पर कोई ऑफिसर चले।
He is the 14th education EDO appointed in the past 3 years. Some have lasted barely a month before falling out of favor.
और मुझे भी 1 साल हुआ है। हम जब भी आते हैं तो कहते हैं बाबा खैर खैरियत है कि हम ट्रांसफ़र तो नहीं हमारा हुआ।
How can the web of mismanagement and corruption be sorted out? One way is to have independent monitoring.
बच्चों की अटेंडेंस ले लीजिए। जी सर। इनकी चेक रोजाना चेक कराएं। जी सर।
In Punjab at least, this idea seems to have taken root. Retired army officers have been recruited as third-party monitors for primary schools in the province.
ये हमारा काम होता है कि हम स्कूल में जब विजिट करते हैं, जो डेवलपमेंट हो रही है उसको चेक करना पड़ता है। इसके अलावा दूसरा हम स्कूल के क्लासेस में जाकर बच्चों से फ्री बुक्स, फ़ी बिल, ये चीज़ें चेक करते हैं। ऑफिस में आकर ये टीचर्स की रेगुलरिटी चेक करते हैं, हाजिर रजिस्टर, वहाँ पे कौन लीव पे है, कौन एब्सेंट है, जो वहाँ पे हमें डेफिशिएंसी ऑब्जर्वेशन मिलती हैं वो हम नोट करते हैं।
I wanted to have the eyeball thing, you know, the actual, the witnesses. So these monitors, they go there, they capture the school, they make a video and...
They've been given video cameras?
Yeah, we've given them. So they they're the Gestapos, you know, and they just go around.
And damning footage they've collected. The reports and films are collated by the high-tech monitoring cell. Now they're on camera, crooked officials and absentee teachers may think twice.
It has to be a message. It has to be a feeling given to the department that, hey guys, the government is very serious. And even General Musharraf, the president, admires the Chief Minister of Punjab of his model and he wants to have it replicated in the other 3 provinces.
The national education budget, it's promised, will be increased to 4% from next year. For this to mean something other than just more money to swindle, the old systems have got to go.
We are currently putting in a lot of checks and balances. We are getting in people from the market to run that, so that's not the old bureaucratic, monitoring.
You actually need 20 years to change the whole system. It doesn't happen in a year. It doesn't happen even in 5 years' time. One good policy, you leave it like that, you get the result in 10, 20 years. So we are looking forward towards next generations.
Meanwhile, millions of Pakistan's poor children will continue their futile quest for education.
बहुत से बच्चे जो है बगैर यूनिफॉर्म भी बैठे हुए हैं और उनके बालों में तेल कंघी भी नहीं है, मगर वो बेचारे जो है पढ़ने के लिए आ रहे हैं। इसका मतलब ये है कि बच्चों को पढ़ने का शौक है, जो गरीब बच्चे हैं उनको पढ़ने का शौक है।
If Pakistan is to forge ahead, we cannot afford to turn our back on these children any longer. For linked with their future is our own as a nation.